Welcome to another episode of Game of Thrones, where we dilute. Well, we're gonna go over
probably do dilute it.
Yeah, we do, right? We super down to the bottom line. Today's guest is Michael Flamesword Chavez,
aka Jon Snow, aka Aegon Targaryen, aka
Who's
true
the
heir
Wilding?
to the throne.
Holy crap, that is you.
Do I look more like him or the Wilding?
What Wilding?
The ginger one. The red hair.
Definitely Jon Snow.
Now, okay. If we obviously bleached my hair and then made it red, you know?
No, because that dude's like a giant, first of all.
I could look like a giant on video.
He's like 6'5", bro. He's huge.
On
no,
video,
you definitely
on
Jon
video,
Snow.
I could look 6'5". That's
no,
all
I
I'm
saw
saying.
the photo. What was it? Oh, you did that for optics, right?
Oh, yeah.
Whatever.
The picture of the sword?
Yeah, the Game of Thrones with the sword, dude. If you had on like the right jacket and fucking
Trim this
shaved,
down a little bit. Yeah, I could see it.
You'd be a Targaryen, bro.
You would be
let
a
me be
Targaryen.
if you get stabbed this season, let me be the dummy.
Somebody's getting stabbed. Nobody died.
No one died. Okay, so we're gonna quick recap. The last two episodes that we've done have pretty much been a pre-show to this particular show. So we're gonna call this episode 1 of Gamer Thrones podcast. I watched it last night by myself in my theater room, and it was the best choice I ever made. How did you guys watch it?
You didn't even let Jude in with you?
Jude doesn't watch it. How do you watch it?
We watched it. It was me, Will, Aaron, and Nina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did anyone talk during the thing? Did anyone go like, "Ooh"?
Well, we kept having problems because I don't know if it was the internet or obviously this is like the biggest. This is like a generational type show.
Everyone
right? The
was
biggest in a
watching
generation.
this.
Everybody was
Everyone.
watching. We tried HBO Now. We made it halfway through the episode. The app crashed. We tried HBO
Dude,
Go.
on the
app
worst
crashed.
part.
We tried
Servers.
Amazon
Yeah. On the
Prime
worst
Video.
part.
Nothing worked. So we had to wait like I don't know 30 or 45 minutes afterwards. So we were late. Like we didn't know what happened until everybody else. But other than that,
it took us probably like 3 hours to watch the whole thing.
yeah, something like that.
No, it did. So you guys didn't have a good experience at all. That sucks.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't like a seamless like started.
Oh
and,
my god, that is so.
We started
disappointing.
watching in like 4-second increments. It
yeah.
was,
Dude, why didn't you guys?
it was terrible.
It was
man.
bad. I rewatched it afterwards.
Did you guys test it out beforwards?
We did. It worked for like 30 minutes.
36 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it just
and then it just crashed.
And then we literally went from the HBO Go app to Will downloading HBO Now, thinking that would work. And then it was just connecting to HBO Now that just wasn't working. And then we did Amazon Prime.
Yeah, we
and
thought we
that
were
worked.
scheming, like finding all the apps that people weren't watching. And we started late too. Like I thought it started at 9 Central. It was 8 p.m. I was tired, long day. I was drawing a bath.
Were you?
I saw everybody tweeting. They were like, "Dude, it's starting. It's like it's showtime." Everybody showing their screens. I was like, "Holy shit, dude, let's go!"
I watched it and I had the same thing. Like at around 6 o'clock because it started at 8 our time, right? 9 Eastern. So at 8 o'clock Central Time, it was supposed to start at 7 o'clock. I realized that I was watching HBO. I've been watching HBO Go this whole time, and I'm like, wait a minute, I need HBO Now.
Yeah.
So I immediately download it. I look at it, and I'm like, it's not gonna work. I don't know the email or password. Nobody knows that. Like, and I'm like, Jude doesn't know. I'm like, okay, calm down. I turn around and I remember that my AT&T box was still plugged in. So I do that. I had to update some shit on that, and then immediately go to the channel, and it already started. And I read the title. I'm like, oh my god, I don't remember the title. I'm like, bah! I screamed. I'm like, bah! So mad. And I'm watching. I'm like, it's like 10 minutes in, I'm like, God damn it, I'm gonna have to rewatch this shit. I'm so dumb. I'm so mad. And then all of a sudden, like,
oh, it plays it live, like it streams it live. You can't go back.
Yeah. So I realized that it was the last episode from the last show. So I was just like,
oh, nice.
So that episode ends, and then it's like the new season begins in 15 minutes, and they did this super dope recap montage of everything while adding a timer to it, so it'll be live in 3 minutes.
Oh, I missed all of that.
Oh, it was so dope. It was so dope. The whole experience, the way they drew you in and made you like super hype about the thing was like above and beyond anything else.
They actually did a really good job hyping it up. I mean, obviously we'll talk about the content of the actual episode, but just like the feeling, like as soon as I woke up yesterday, everybody just knew it was Game of Thrones Day.
Time out. What is the difference between HBO Go and now anyways?
I think it's literally the same exact thing.
It's not HBO Go. If I understand it correctly, HBO Go is the app. You go there and you can watch anything that's ever been published to HBO at any time. HBO Now, it's the main HBO channel live now. So whatever's on TV, on cable.
No, you can go back and watch episodes because I only use HBO Now. I go back and watch Billions, old Game of Thrones episodes.
Well, first of all, Billions is on Showtime.
I go back and watch old Game of Thrones episodes and shit. I got so many fucking movie ads, dude. I don't know.
So I watched that on that. So that's what it is. What did you think of just like overall, and then we'll get right into what did you think of the overall episode? Because a lot of people are saying it was too slow.
I definitely thought that's what it was going to be like. Like I knew it was going to be more of a slow recap type of episode, like just get you ready. I mean, what is it? The last 3 or the last 4 they say are 85-minute plus episodes.
So the last 3 are basically like movies.
Yeah. So I mean, like that's all got to get hyped up for. And I mean, that's exactly what I felt like that episode was doing.
I really liked your idea. Obviously, it didn't happen, but he was saying he thought maybe before we watched the episode, that it may be like everything happens episode 1. I just broke my wrist on the table, I think. Everything happens episode 1, everybody dies, and then the rest of the episode like goes back. Like episode 2 will say, okay, 10
how
days
it got
earlier,
to that
how
point.
you got to that. I was thinking like, damn, that would be a good storyline, but not the way they went.
So overall, you liked it?
Yeah, no,
You?
100%.
I'm gonna keep watching. I mean, nobody died. It leaves 5 episodes for everybody to die. If everybody dies, I mean, I guess they don't have to.
I mean, that's
some people can be like prisoners and
burnt, half burnt.
Yeah.
The thing is that I hate when people just expect like no foreplay.
Yeah.
You know, Maddie walks in this morning. He's like, I thought it was kind of slow. I'm like, Matt, you're gonna learn about foreplay one day, and you're gonna be. But I liked it. I thought that I didn't think there was anything wrong. Anyway, so let's get into it because there's so much to digest.
Yeah, you took some serious notes of there, bro.
I liked it.
So I watched it last night, like uninterrupted, shut my phone off, and I was glued to it.
Zoned in.
Immersed. All the lights were off in the theater. There was nobody there.
Crank the volume up.
Cranked the volume up. It was
got the
amazing.
vibrations of everything.
Oh, the whole thing.
Dude, we did that for
Dolby
I
Digital
never had that.
surround sound.
How we had the volume yesterday in the theater room.
It was fire, right?
Oh my god!
All right, so the first thing that I saw, the intro was different. Okay, and what made me notice the intro was different is because the sphere that has those rotating belts sort of orbiting around it moved to the side completely, and you saw more of it than you saw in previous intros. And I went back, so I watched it last night uninterrupted, and this morning I came here super like at 8:30, and I watched the whole thing while I took notes. And I think that's going to be my the way that I do things from now on. But it usually, let's picture the as you see here, the window camera.
Yeah.
You see the whole thing. It doesn't zoom out to see what it is.
It's normally pretty close up in the other seasons.
In this one it wasn't. You sort of took a wider look at it, and then I realized that this sphere with the orbiting things lives at by the Citadel.
Oh, it's an actual
It's an
place
actual
in the
thing.
show.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, obviously it's
like
it's
a location.
Yeah,
Like,
the
since that's what
location,
the map
because
is?
I noticed that this morning because I was dissecting like step by step. But it starts out with with that metal spinning things, and then they show the dragon like sort of burning a wall.
Yep.
But I think that the symbolism behind that is that the dragons are born,
Right.
and then it starts at the broken wall. So it starts opposite side of the map. Originally, it starts at where it's in deep south. It starts in the south. When it moves away, it starts in the south, and then moves its way north to the wall. In this season, it starts north of the wall, through the broken wall, and then there's this like sort of graphic, like indication that it's freezing over. So there's like ice turning over into. Let me see this. I need to know the name of the castle. So
Winter is here.
Yeah, winter is there. So
Starts
it
at
goes,
the wall, Castle Black, Winterfell. And like
I
works
wonder
its
if it
way
still
down.
follows like what the intro has always been, where it's like where it goes in the beginning of the show is how it follows in the show, right? The flow of the show becomes that you go there.
Everything you see in the intro, that's the places they actually visit in the
Correct.
show. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So through that, there's so one of the belts of the orbiting originally in the first ones is different than what it is right now. So this is more current than it was in the previous seasons.
Oh, for sure.
Previous seasons, it was a lion eating a fish. And this one is a lion eating a fish on one side, a wolf hanging from a wall.
I wish we could watch this right now.
And then a stag, or a deer with a buck.
Yeah.
Sort of holding a head of a wolf.
Oh, I don't remember seeing that.
So that symbolizes to some people this is the Red Wedding, because I went back and see what people thought about it.
Yeah.
Where originally it was the buck standing and then every animal in the kingdom like sort of kneeling down to him.
Yeah.
In the original ones, but now that what is it? The Robert Baratheons are the stags, right? So Baratheons is no longer in sort of this. So this is what's happening.
Huh.
Fact check.
Yeah, fact check. So what's crazy is that I never really paid any attention to the belts, which I did in this time around.
Right. I got to go back and watch that because that's interesting. And they also showed more things as well. Like there was more focus on the throne. You saw that part where it actually showed the Iron Throne. Although it was like
too.
Yeah, the trees. Oh yeah, it showed the tree.
The trees got up and close.
I don't know. The throne they showed that was only like 10 swords. Not to get off topic or anything, but did you see the illustration of what the actual Iron Throne would look like from the book with like the 10,000 swords?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think Hitch showed us on the first episode.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. Yeah. Okay.
I wasn't here either. No, but, so one of them before the belt started with a dragon, burning this thing. Before it used to be a 3-headed dragon being eaten by a lion, a wolf, and then the stag was fighting the third head of the lion.
That's in the normal intros.
That was in the normal intro.
I gotta rewatch all of them.
Yeah, you guys have to. It's super super interesting. Anyway, so immediately after that we move into the first scene, right, which is like super super. Like I think it was like a throwback, right? It starts with a little kid running through the snow, and originally I thought it was a throwback episode, or like a past scene where Jon Snow is running through the snow, and then something was going to happen to his childhood. Yeah, but it wasn't.
No, it was present day. And walking through. Honestly, I think the way it started, nobody said a word for like. What was it, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or something like that? I mean, obviously, yeah, you see Daenerys, Jon Snow marching. Arya sees Jon Snow for the first time. He doesn't notice her. He just walks past on the horse.
She is a ninja.
Yeah.
She is incredible.
Yeah.
Dragons flying down in the beginning, too.
Yeah, so she sees Jon, but she doesn't say anything.
Right.
And I think that she doesn't say anything is because she understands that they're not going to have their moment to catch up because he's, walking by.
He's doing his king thing.
Yeah, he's doing his... Yeah. So immediately, obviously, she understands that that's not the place for her to, do the hello, Jon. But then immediately after that, she sees the Hound. And in the first episode of season 1, she also sees the Hound coming in. So it was like a little bit of craziness because there's so many similarities of them of the Unsullied walking in and marching into Winterfell than there was on season 1 of episode 1.
Right. Because then Baratheon and all of them are marching into Winterfell kind of the same way. And everybody's looking up at them and awestruck, and they're all kids, though. I went back and watched season 1 last week. I think I watched the first 4 episodes. It's just incredible. I felt like I was going back and watching the first season of Harry Potter or something. And
I messed up not doing that. I messed up not doing it.
They're just all kids, and now they're grown up. Especially Bran, too. Dude, freaked me out all the way throughout the episode.
Yeah.
Do they know?
What?
Like, Bran knows about Jon Snow and his like whole lineage, but do the other two know? Do the girls know?
No, not yet. The only people up until this point that know his lineage is Samuel Tarly and him. That is it.
Love Sam Tarly, John Bradley West on Twitter. Blow up his Twitter. Let's get him on an episode of the Game of Thrones podcast.
Tell him we'll fly him off first class accommodations. We'll put him up at the Star, or we'll come to him. Regular class accommodations.
I'm so
we'll
down,
go to
man.
him. Yeah. And we'll set it up. But it'd be incredible. Imagine if we do get someone like maybe.
That'd be great.
Damn! Imagine if we get Jaime Lannister. if you could pick one guy, all right, guys. And this is a question for you guys too in the comment section. If you could pick one guy, just one person, one character, to be in this podcast, who would you pick?
Easy.
Who?
The Mountain. I would want to meet Thor.
Dude.
Okay. Yeah.
Thor is
He's massive.
Yeah.
I would a private jet for him. He's not gonna fit in a regular.
plane.
Yeah, he's not gonna fit in the regular.
I'd want Peter Dinklage, man.
Same.
Tyrion. Yeah,
Yeah, Tyrion. 1000%.
that'd be so cool, man. My
That
favorite
would be
character.
that would be cool. Let us know who you guys would think would be good in the
That probably is a better choice.
yeah. Well, who'd you say, the Mountain?
Yeah.
Like dude doesn't talk.
I think he has 2 lines.
No,
Well,
yeah, he's like,
I just follow all the fitness stuff, and so like,
Right.
Arya Martell, I raped her and I killed her children, and I smash her head like this. All right, so she sees Jon. She sees, and then she waits. She sees the Hound, which is the same thing that she saw when she was a little kid. She saw the Hound coming in, but he had his whole, his dog, the
covered his face.
Oh, in the
right?
first season, he
Early
covered
on?
his face.
he had his helmet on, and then she sees Gendry, who she hasn't seen since they got separated. I wish Hitch was here because he definitely knows.
That was like middle of the show.
Yeah, middle of the
Season 3
show.
or season 4.
Yeah, because she saved him by saying that the other Baratheon son is not Gendry, was that little kid that they needled through the throat. Anyway, so she sees him again, and they don't see each other, so they just keep walking by. So she's done a really good job of blending in any background or any scenario that she applies herself to. Maybe it's her training, or maybe that's just the way that she is.
She's a ninja.
She
Straight
is.
up.
But as they're walking, they cut to Daenerys and Jon says, because Daenerys is walking and everybody's looking at her like who the fuck is this blonde chick coming in here?
She's got that little smirk on her face the whole time too. Like she knows the
She knows
dragons
she's
are
the
flying
queen.
overhead.
Yeah, well, that right before the dragons fly overhead, he says, "I warned you about the Northerners. They don't trust outsiders." And then she's like, "Yeah, I don't give a fuck."
Yeah. She's like, I expected that.
She got 2 dragons, man.
Yeah, and then that's when the 2 dragons come in, and then they fly over the crowd, and then they fly over Winterfell. That's
Right.
when Arya looks up, and then she sees them, and then you see the crowd sort of like disperse in panic, like they're super scared about the entirety of.
Imagine seeing them for the first time. Imagine our first time seeing it. If you could recall that in Game of Thrones when they were actually alive and they came flying in.
That was insane. But actually seeing it like in person,
person.
and you think about it in the show, like everybody thinks that they're
Wind
they've been
pressure
gone for
coming
thousands of years. Yeah, I'd freak out if I saw a dragon too.
It's crazy. It freaked me out, and didn't freak me out, but like mentally, and we talked about this before, is that when Jon and Daenerys walk into the courtyard, and Bran is sitting there. What's he gonna be doing? Rest standing? Anyway, so Bran. Did you see that they had this GoFundMe for Bran?
No.
It's like to build a ramp to get out of Winterfell. And some of the things they said in there, it said he's like, yeah, we want to build him a ramp to get out of the courtyard. This dude's been sitting around nonstop, just staring at everybody, he's making everybody uncomfortable.
I've seen
and
he's
an awkward ass dude, so he ain't gonna ask for help. So it was a meme. It was quite funny. Anyway, she sees him, but. When was this released? 2011? Is that what we said? 2011?
First season.
So it's 2019. Okay, so let's call it an even 9 years.
Yeah.
All right. They haven't seen each other in 9 real years, right? And this is something that I, as a viewer, and you guys as watchers of the throne, you guys have to take into account that although we have been experiencing these like moments with everyone, and they haven't seen each other in a long ass time.
Yep.
And then he gets to him, and what do you say to him? Do you guys remember what the first thing you said to him?
I don't think so.
What Jon told that I don't want this podcast to just be me recapping and you.
Well, you got the notes.
You got to recap.
He's like, you remember the third thing out of his mouth the second
you had the
time they
notes
saw each
ready. You know
other.
what I'm saying?
So he says, "You're a man." What did Bran respond?
Not yet. Not quite yet.
Almost.
That's not yet.
Because he is a man,
Right.
but he's also the three-eyed raven, who is not a man.
Okay.
And that's when Jon looked at him
Makes
and
sense.
he's like, "You look fucking weird."
Why are you looking at me like that?
he sees everything.
I remember
right?
the other thing that was said to him, or what he said.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for an old friend. I remember that when Bran said that.
No, that's page.
See. That's why you got to lead.
Yeah,
We got to stay structured.
we got to stay super structured. So immediately after that, Jon goes and says hello to the entire family,
Right.
and he asks Sansa where Arya is, and
she's like, oh, she's been around. She just hasn't want to like shown herself yet.
Mm-hmm. Oh, does she admit that Arya's been in Winterfell, like around that area?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they know. But anyway, so he sees that, and they're talking, and then they introduce Daenerys to the Queen.
Oh yeah,
So Daenerys to the Lady of Winterfell, also known as Sansa Stark. Bro, if I haven't seen somebody look at it, the girls, man, it's just factual evidence that some girls don't get along with other girls.
It was a cat fight waiting to happen. Yeah. Even when Daenerys, she was like complimenting her, and it seemed genuine. She was like, she called her beautiful, and the Lady of Winterfell, and Sansa the whole time. Just like,
she's on the second go around, the second time watching the episode, she like looks at her eyes and then just like checks her, like looks her up and down. And then when she's done doing that, she says, without looking at her yet, she says, Winterfell's yours, my lady. And then she looks up and looks at her, and I'm like, ooh, you cold-hearted.
That's the mother of dragons, man. She better
check herself before she wrecks herself. The thing about this episode that I also noticed is that they're trying to establish the fact that Sansa is going to be the smartest person in the show.
And I never thought that leading up to it either. Even Tyrion said something about that later. She was like, everybody underestimated you at first. Now they're all, most of them are dead now.
She was always smart, man.
Yeah, but she really seemed like she just radiates, like her energy just seems like she was knows around.
Yeah, and okay, so as that's happening, all of a sudden, they get cut off. They're like, we don't have time for this bullshit, says Bronn.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, we don't got time for this.
Right.
The Night King has your dragon, and the night and the dead are just marching towards us.
That's what I was trying to figure out. And excuse me if this is already well known. Daenerys knew that at this point, right?
That her dragon was dead?
That was the first. Okay, that's what I thought.
The only people that know are the wildling redhead and the Night's Watch.
The people that were at the wall.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she just didn't. Daenerys didn't seem that upset. I mean, she was kind of like.
No, she knows. She knows her
dragon. She must have, right?
No.
She's the one who flew in with the dragon.
No, she knows her dragon's dead, but nobody saw the dragon be...
she doesn't know that it's turned.
She doesn't know that he turned, that he flipped.
Okay, she just thought it was dead.
She just thought it was dead, but Bronn tells her, like, no, your dragon is now hers. Right. Now, one thing about the dragons that my mind was blown this morning, and had I known these facts or paid more attention, I would have predicted what ends up happening later. So... she's got 3 dragons. Obviously, Drogon, who is named after Khal Drogo.
Okay. Yep.
Did you know that?
It makes sense. I didn't know that. But.
Okay, I didn't know that either, right? So it's the big one, right? And then there's the 2 smaller ones that are almost similar in color. They're both greenish. One of them's a little bit more yellow than the other one. That's Viserion. Mm-hmm. Viserion was named after her brother.
Okay.
And is that the one that went down?
The guy in season 1.
Yeah. Now think about this. He was named after her brother, who was super shady and was like he was like a conniving little.
Yeah, he was just an asshole.
Yeah. So he died when Drogo put the crown on him, right?
Yep.
And then guess who else dies north of the wall? Viserion, the dragon, dies in the north. Who betrays Dany, didn't like Dany. So that's that. Now here's the one that I would have been like, oh, that makes total sense, and I think I would have predicted it had I known this. Rhaegal. Rhaegon is the other dragon, the green one. Yeah, Rhaegon, right? Rhaegar, the dragon. Listen, please correct us kindly. We're not experts, but we love the show. We're as big as fans as anybody else. We just don't know the details. Okay. It's like golf. No. Anyway, so that happens, right? Now, Rhaegon, right? Rhaegar.
Rhaegal, and Viserion.
Rhaegal with an L. Yeah. I was right because...
Just call him Ray Ray.
Well, I was right because he is named after her...
older brother. So she has 2 brothers?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Rhaegar Targaryen.
Okay. Who is Jon Snow's father.
Yes.
So it was only a matter of time before the dragon that's named after Jon Snow's real dad that he was going to be able to climb.
That's why that one. That's why that one item like that then.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's why what?
When they were making out on the ice cave waterfall area, the one dragon seriously eyed Jon Snow when they were like.
Yeah, when they swoop down and it's looking at him, allows him to climb on board. Okay, I didn't piece that together, but that makes sense.
Me either until this morning. When I was
Oh
like,
my
what are the
God.
names? Yo, that's
So
ill,
many
dude.
things.
Whoever came, this guy's a genius.
He was riding his dad, realistically, Soul and his. On the dragon.
Say Soul.
Sort of.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't say it like that, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
There's some really deep symbolism there.
Like incredible, right?
Show,
Because think about how big Drogon is, right? He's massive, and guess who else was a big, like, beastly looking dude? Khal Drogo.
Right.
Now, when they burnt Khal Drogo, maybe his spirit got into the thing, because that's when
sure.
You know what I'm saying? That's when they were born.
Yeah.
But right before that, before they go on this romantic like escapade to Jon Snow's hunting grounds,
which by the way I think is one of the most like incredible movie TV show scenes.
Yeah, bro.
Ever.
Did your stomach drop too when he went down?
Oh, the whole time.
I'm like, oh shit. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, man, if I'm riding, like, I'm gonna poke myself because I don't know how to ride a dragon. I'm gonna hit myself. I'm like, land bloody as fuck. She's like, dragon, fucking hit me with my nose.
It was just so realistic, and I felt like it was the first time that you really. It wasn't the first time you got like super up close with the dragons, but it was just really detailed, and you got a sense of like how big they were. And we were in the theater with the surround sound, and they're fucking flying over your
hearing
head
all that wind just come at you.
Yeah, it was just. I felt really immersed in the show at that point. I felt like dragons.
Top 5 scene.
Yeah, I felt like dragons were a real thing there for a moment.
I loved it. But if we rewind back to right at when Bronn tells them that the dragon blah blah, they cut to the council meeting indoors where the little girl who's the leader of one of her houses.
Yeah.
She stands up and she totally like tells her like, what happened to you? Like you left our king, you come back like a servant to this lady.
Yeah.
And then Jon Snow defends himself, saying shit like if it was between me being the king of Winterfell
or everybody dying,
or
everyone dying, super selfless.
Yeah.
Which to me it gets brought up again in the future of this same episode. But what do you guys think that because you can see it right away. Some houses aren't even showing up anymore because they know that they're not even showing up for Sansa.
Right.
I mean,
they committed their name and their sigil to Jon
he just knows. I mean, this dude, he's going to take over everything unless everyone gangs up on him.
That's what I'm saying. I think they need to use a little common sense. I mean, obviously they want their king of the north, but Jesus Christ, if everybody's dead, what does it matter?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but if you nominate a king, nominate a king to be your leader,
right?
Like you expect him to lead. You don't expect this dude to just go bend the knee just because.
I feel like in this situation though, bending the knee is like a leadership
like
role.
if
Sometimes
I'm in that
it
crowd,
takes a leader to
if I'm part of Winterfell,
relinquish the power for the better of the
way
people,
I'm thinking
like
at least.
Amen.
Yeah.
The way I'm thinking at least for sure. I still think he's the king in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like he's
even without a title, like you look at Jon Snow and you're like, okay.
I feel like it's just because in that time they were like, oh, the king's got to be protected and stuff. There's got to be people like if he brought like a small army or whatnot, they'd be like cool with it. But like because he went and did it on himself, it's like.
Yeah.
Nah.
No, that took like some serious balls on the part of Jon Snow to go in there and do that.
Well, immediately Tyrion gets up and defends him and says, if anybody here or anyone survives the war that's upcoming with the Night's King, we owe it all to Jon Snow.
Damn straight.
Like he straight up said, without him bending the knee or without him partnering up, and it's not like he bent the knee. You know, and it gets discussed after with him and Sansa because Sansa asks him, "Did you bend the knee because you wanted to save Winterfell or because you're in love with her?" Right?
He's like both.
A little bit of both.
Because he didn't answer, right? Because someone knocked on the door or whatnot.
Yeah, someone knocked on the door or it cut to something else, but there's nothing. Anyway, so from there it cuts to them on a bridge, and Tyrion is walking towards Sansa. And they haven't seen each other either since the murder of King Joffrey. Right?
Sansa dipped out of King's Landing and just never came back.
He was like, "Yeah, my bad for leaving." Are they still married? A question on my book: are they still married?
Sansa and
Tyrion.
Were they ever married?
Yeah, they got married. Remember, Joffrey made fun of him and made him put the cape and told him to not use a stool to cover her in the blanket to protect her.
Okay, right. Was that that was a real marriage?
Yeah, it was a real marriage, right? Correct. Please, guys, if you guys know the answer to this, please don't be pricks about it. Tell us because I am so curious, and I'd rather get this information in a peaceful manner instead of you guys berating me for not knowing it.
I mean, realistically, it would have to be, right?
But didn't she get married to what's his name, the guy that made Reek?
Littlefinger?
Bolton.
No.
Ramsay Bolton.
Ramsay?
I mean, against her.
Bro, she hasn't been
obviously,
home since season 1.
Sansa?
Yeah, she's been just tortured.
She was gone for a while.
She went from house to house.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she went from house to house. But that's what I'm saying. Are they still married? Because how did they annul her marriage to that so that she get married to Ramsay Bolton?
I feel like if they were still married, Tyrion would have made like a joke about it or something, or would have said something about it.
Well, he did. He said it was tough to explain my wife or my wife not being anywhere to be found.
Yeah,
That's right.
And that
right after
was like,
Joffrey was murdered.
Yeah.
Maybe they are. I don't know. That's cool. Go
I don't know.
Tyrion.
Please let us know. If I wish Hitch was here to tell us because he fucking knows.
I'm sure we'll see some more stuff.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he knows. I bet you if I called him right now, he'd know.
They have to be. I mean,
let's not do that. Anyway, so that's happening, and again, this goes back to show that just because we've seen Tyrion and because we've seen Sansa this entire time, there's no sense of familiarity between them.
Right.
And I also think that, I mean, think about if Tyrion would have met up with Sansa before this situation, before him becoming the hand of the queen, who she doesn't like. Mm-hmm. I think that the attitudes would have been different because he always showed her respect. He always said, "I'm not going to enter your bed."
Yeah.
I was gonna say or you, but I'm not gonna make that crass joke.
Tyrion wouldn't make that crass joke.
No, so I think that he would have been a little bit. The interaction would have been way different had it not been.
You thought it was bad, like
a little bit. I mean, it wasn't
like negative energy against each other, or
sort of, because she did smile a little bit when she gave him a smirk when he said the awful wedding of King Joffrey, and then she's like, it had its moments.
Yeah.
You know, like that shit was bad. She like smirked a little bit.
That and whenever he said everybody used to underestimate you, and most of them.
I thought it was a good. I thought it was a
Yes.
good like interaction.
Yeah. But in the council, he says that the Lannisters are coming to town to help, right? Mm-hmm. And then when they meet and they have this little conversation we just talked about where they whatever, she says to him, "Say it."
I thought you were the cleverest man
I've
in the
ever
world.
met.
Yeah,
Do you know why?
because she knows she's smart. That's what made me think like, damn, she really is. Like,
Yeah, because
she's ahead of the game.
Yeah,
She
we
knows.
know that Cersei's not sending her army.
Yeah.
Nobody else knows. Everybody's under the impression that she is,
Right.
except for one person.
Yep.
Sansa motherfucking Stark.
Yo, she's smart as shit. I'm telling you, she wasn't like that in the previous seasons. I don't think. I mean, maybe she was.
Bro,
or
she's
maybe didn't
just
pay enough
been
attention.
learning, man. Every season.
Yeah, just soaking
against
up
her
knowledge.
will, not even wanting to be where she's at.
Right, and she spent
Tortured
so much
against
time
her
in
will.
King's Landing too, like with those people. She knows how they operate and act. And
Cersei, especially.
Yeah, I mean, she was the number one receiver of all of that is evil from them coming towards her.
Right.
From there they cut to the scene where Jon is visiting the tree. What are those trees called? Do you guys know?
I was going to say the Tree of Life, but I don't think that's.
I don't think that is
that's
either.
from another game or
that's
something.
from Zelda or something.
Yeah,
Fact
for
check.
sure.
The Great Deku Tree is what it's called. No, I'm kidding.
Is it on there?
No, it's not there. Anyway, so he's there, and all of a sudden, you hear, "You were taller," or "You used to be taller," and then he turns around and says,
Surprised as hell.
"Huh?"
He was surprised as hell.
Yeah,
man.
he turns around and looks at her and says, "How did you sneak up on me?" And then what does she reply with? "How did you survive a knife through the heart?" Did you guys watch the fucking
Yeah, I watched it.
I did, but you
you got like written down and
notes.
shit.
You went over. You've seen the episode probably more than once.
Like,
man.
what is the exact
We literally
wording
dealt
of-
with the worst issues watching. We watched.
Yeah.
It took 3 hours to watch.
4 second
that
increments.
sucks, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe look if you guys can promise to not say a word, you guys can come watch it in my theater room next week.
Ooh.
I do not like talking during shows, so
Because
Totally
I
down.
watched live reactions from the last episode. People got together in a college or something. They were all watching together, and they were all cheer. I was so annoyed.
Oh, yeah.
From the beginning, when they're like, "How do you respond to these charges?" And then looks at Arya, and then looks over at Baelish, Lord Baelish, and everybody in the just like, "Oh!" I was like, "Shut."
So like
and
when
you can't hear
when
the next, like,
dragons go on
couple
the free
sentences.
fall, I just can't be like, yeah.
Yeah, right. All right, so then what happens then is that they reunite. They give the same hug that they gave each other when they left.
Yep.
She shows him that she still has Needle.
Yep.
He says, have you ever used it before?
Right.
Like, if he only knew. Think about this. He doesn't know that his little sister
Is an assassin.
is probably a better fighter than
Straight
he is.
killer.
Just an absolute killer.
Like,
Straight
and she's got
killer.
not only is she a better fighter, maybe, than Jon Snow, but she's got magic powers now.
right.
Some sort of magic powers.
Oh,
where
she's
able
wearing
to-
people's faces, and he
Disguise
must have an
everything.
idea because she snuck up on him, and you don't just
Yeah.
like sneak
Yeah.
up on Jon
Yeah.
Snow.
No.
That doesn't normally happen.
He's
No.
fought some people.
Yeah. So, okay. So here's the other thing. The other push to make Sansa Stark like a genius, right? Because he says, "Is like, where were you? Like just recently, I could have used your help with Sansa," and then Arya says, "She doesn't like your queen, does she?" And then he's like, "No, but she's a good queen," and blah blah blah.
She defends her for
Yeah,
like first time ever.
Yeah. She's like, well, oh no, he's like, Sansa still thinks that she's the smartest person, like that she knows better than everybody else. And then Arya, who didn't really have like that good of sisters relationships with her sister growing up,
Yep.
says she's the smartest person I've ever met.
Yep.
And then he's taken aback and he's like, oh, you're defending her. That's weird.
For the first time
For
ever.
the first time ever.
Ever.
And then she's like, I'm not defending her. I'm defending my family. And then he says, well, I'm your family too. And then she gives him a huge hug and says, yeah, always remember that.
Don't
Because
you
they still
forget that.
don't know
Right.
that he is their cousin, but not necessarily their brother
Right.
or stepbrother.
Are they cousins?
Yeah.
Which is another crazy part of the episode. But that's
Starks
something that
and-
Because Ned Stark's sister
Oh yeah.
is
You're right. Yeah,
Stark's
yeah.
mother. Snow's
Yeah, I got
mother.
you. I got you. Little brain fart.
Anyway, after that, they cut to one of my favorite scenes of all.
he shows her the Valerian steel sword.
Yeah,
too.
she's like, you jealous? And then she's like, it's too heavy for me. I wouldn't know what to do with it. Yeah, fucking right. You didn't want to show off her brother. She's like, it's too heavy for me. She does this fucking movement, puts it back. But after that, it cuts to the best scene, and you guys, I'm sure you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Cersei gets told that the wall has fallen and the dead are walking through, and she's like, good. Then she goes inside, and they cut to what's the guy's name?
The
Euron,
boat dude.
yeah, to the Euron conversation.
Yeah.
My man.
He's a thug, dude.
Straight up, man.
This whole time, people hate him, and I hate him too. I still hate him. I don't.
Props to that dude.
Yeah.
He walked in there chest tall, didn't
Yeah.
care. The mountain was right there by him. Walked right by the dude.
Yeah.
Looked at him, gave him a smirk.
Yeah, the conversation
Slayed the queen.
The conversation that they had was he slayed the queen. The conversation that they had was a little bit more than that because she tells him this like meme-ish sort of sentence where she says, what did she say?
Yo, sorry to jump
please do
forward,
while I
but
find this,
I'm not crazy. She can't have kids, right?
She's pregnant. Right now she's pregnant. Who?
Cersei.
Cersei's pregnant right now
She's
with
pregnant, or
she's pregnant with Jaime Lannister's son.
I thought she couldn't have kids anymore. Am I
Slash.
crazy?
You're crazy.
Am I crazy, Matt? Fact check.
Crazy.
Yeah, you're crazy. She's pregnant.
Okay.
She's currently pregnant by Jaime Lannister.
Why
That's-
was
that's
she
why
like
whenever-
crying? Like it looked like she was getting ready to cry after.
Well, maybe that's why after he whispers in her ear, after he's like, "I'm gonna put a baby in your belly" or
Yeah.
something, she's
prince.
about to freak out. A prince.
What
right.
did she say about the queen? She's like, you got to earn the queen or something like that.
Oh, she said, "If you want a whore, go buy one. If you want a queen, earn one."
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, so right there, he says, how?
Yeah.
And then he says, I've given her justice, I've given her an army, and I've given her the Iron Fleet.
Yep.
Sort of accounting for everything that he's done with her, but to let her know that there's got to be some give here.
Right.
You got to give me some.
Yeah,
because
she also said something about at the end of the war, and he was like, "Wars last years."
she's like, I'm not holding this nut for.
Yeah.
for that.
He got it.
Anyway, so he gave her this accounting of justice, the fleet, because he gave her justice. He brought who did he bring back?
He brought back the chicks.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, yes, that killed her daughter.
Right.
Good. So he gave her justice. He gave her the army, and he gave her the Iron Fleet. And he told her that for her to, as she was walking out, she realized, she's like, did he just tell me that? Because he could take it all away if I don't give him some. And then she looks at him. She's like, come on, man, let's get this bread.
The little head nod.
Yeah, it's like, come on, let's get this party started. From there, they cut to the part where he compares himself. It's like, yo, how good did I do in comparison to Rob Baratheon,
the fat ass king or something? I forget what he calls him.
And then she's like, well, he had a whore every single night, thousands of whores, and he still didn't know his way around a woman's body.
Right.
And then the balls on this guy says, how do I compare to your brother? Oh, he didn't say that. He's at the Kingslayer.
Yeah.
And then she's like, you like exposing your neck, don't you?
Yeah.
And then he's like, life's sometimes boring. She's like, well, I'm not boring. And that's when he leans over, touches her belly, and says, I'm going to put a prince inside of you. But she already has one. Jaime Lannister's baby. Do you think
incest prince?
Yeah, but like all of them. Do you think that she in her head was like, when she was standing there listening to what he was saying, and she stood there before she gave him the nod to come on, that she thought, she's like, fuck, I'm pregnant. If I get with him right now, we can say that it's his if I need to.
Ooh, I didn't think about that. Yeah.
You got to think like, some of these.
This really is just on a deeper level.
Yeah.
All of these
what would
things.
be the purpose of that one though?
Well, because people are not going to want to hear that Jaime and Cersei had a kid together,
okay,
so now she can sleep with him and be like, oh, it's Euron's baby.
Yeah.
Damn. Maybe that is the case. But why would she be like crying at the end though?
I don't think she was just disappointed that her life has come to
that's
this.
the way she had to do it.
Her lover is gone.
Right.
So new character that came into the picture in the same scene is a guy named Strickland, Captain Strickland, who's the captain of the Golden Company. The Golden Company is the warriors that she hired through the Iron Bank, I think it's called, because she paid them all back in grain.
Yep.
And Cersei gets the news. Blah blah. Okay, so the Golden Euron tells her that only 20,000 men, 2,000 horses, and 0 elephants.
She really wanted those.
She really wanted those.
Really wanted
is
those
what she
elephants.
told Euron of that. So
She said that in the episode? 0 elephants?
yeah. So then proposes. Okay. Then she hires Bronn. What's his name? Bronn. You know Bronn?
Bran?
No, Bronn.
Bronn.
Oh,
The killer.
to get the crossbow.
Yeah, he gave him the crossbow and said, "You got to kill."
Okay, yeah.
But her hand of Cersei gave him the bow because she likes poetic justice or whatever.
Right.
And then she's like, I got kicked out of the Citadel for being too experimental, and she made me her hand because of the service that I've done for her. Imagine what she will do for you, Bronn, if you go and kill the 2 brothers if they don't make it.
Right.
All you have to do right now is accept the duty, and you'll have 2 chests full of gold that are right outside.
Yep.
You're getting paid in advance, and you're going to get all the lands that they told you were going to have. All you have to say is yes. Okay? If you say yes and you don't get to kill them because the Night King killed them, awesome. You get free status and free money.
As long
Free
as they're dead.
bags.
Yeah. And he still said not. He didn't say yes or no. It just cuts the scene, and then.
But he's like looking at the bow as it cuts away. Like he's gonna take
the guy
it.
walks away, so he knows that he has to go do it.
Right.
Like he's stuck in the position.
Yeah, he
like
took the job.
He's going out. Yeah, the job's taken.
He's a
even if
hitman,
he didn't want
bro.
to take it, that job unfortunately.
If he kills
is taken.
Tyrion, I won't be able to live with myself. I don't think.
I know, man.
Just
He changed
team
his
ups
life
with
and
them.
shit. I don't know, but he has been. If we're being honest, he hasn't. I mean,
He knows how to
he's
jump
just-
ship. He knows
yeah.
how to flip sides.
Yeah, he's done really good of aligning himself in positions of that best benefit him.
Yeah. That's why I like him.
Yeah. So in my notes it says that from here they cut to where Reek saves his sister. The sister then says, "Yeah, you can go fight for the Winterfell." I think that Reek still feels like he owes some sort of redemption because he's not that guy. He is a Stark deep in his heart, even though he's obviously a Greyjoy. But she lets him go, which is super cool of what's her name? Yara?
Yeah.
To let him go. So Yara is heading back to her castle to take her lands back
Set up
because
shop defense.
yeah, as a backup plan because they're like Daenerys is going north to fight, and then she says, "Well, if
some
that
by
fails,
chance,
if by some chance,
they lose and they have to retreat, they're
Yeah.
going back south.
Yeah. And Euron can't defend it because he's in King's Landing getting his nut.
putting a prince in her belly."
What a champ, man.
Who, Euron?
Euron?
I can't tell if I hate that guy or.
Okay, up until this, because she told him, she was like, "You're the most arrogant man I've ever met,"
Yeah.
and I thought she was talking to me. and then she's like, and I like that. I'm like, oh, she was talking to me. Anyway, so they go, and then that's when the whole proposal happens with Tyrion, Varys, and Davos, where Davos says to Tyrion, "We got to marry them. We got to marry Daenerys to Jon Snow.
Okay, right.
So the Northerners can follow them."
Yeah. But this is before that Sam Tarly, Jon Snow discussion.
Yeah.
Which everybody's known for
Wait,
years
so that makes
now.
them,
But
they're
this is the
cousins
first,
then, right?
right?
Yeah.
They're cousins, right? That's what it is?
No,
Daenerys and Jon?
Daenerys is his aunt.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's his aunt.
Aunt and
Because
nephew.
she's
yeah.
daughter to the Mad King.
Aunt, yeah,
Okay.
Yep.
yeah.
Oh, that makes sense, right?
So she's his aunt.
Yeah, and Sam Tarly finally
Wait, but the Mad
spills
King
beans.
and Rhaegon, they were brothers, we said? Or no?
Rhaegar and Viserion and Daenerys are brothers.
Okay, I got you.
If I'm right.
Yes.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
So, okay, so some Dothraki come in, and then they tell Daenerys that the dragons aren't eating. And I kind of had an idea when they were flying in. I'm like, dragons ain't gonna be okay with all this snow.
Right.
There's no way that these fire
don't
breathing
like cold.
animals from the tropics are gonna be okay with fucking Chicago.
Yeah.
they're not coming up
Yeah,
to
it was
Chicago.
snowing there the other day.
No,
Just yesterday, I think.
yeah, well, yeah, winter's bro. Everybody,
Yes.
everybody on
Winter's
the
here.
internet was like, "Yo, good job, HBO, crazy marketing stunt to make it snow in Chicago to winter's coming."
Oh, that's
And
good.
a couple of my friends actually showed me video of like snow falling, and I'm like, never again in April will I experience that again. Maybe in 10, 20 years, maybe I'll
It's like a little summer house in Chicago or something.
a winter house in Chicago.
Yeah,
To
winter.
go ice fishing, so for me, anyway, do something like that. Anyway, they go, and then that's when they go have this like magical moment, and that's when I started to look into the names of the dragons, because if Drogon and Rhaegar, right, or Rhaegal with an L, are like they're staring at them kissing. If I'm Drogo and I'm like, man, look at this puny human.
Yeah, right.
Kissing
If
my
his
girl.
soul's really in there.
Yeah, and then he kisses her. She's like, "Don't be afraid. They ain't gonna do shit." He's like, "Yeah, right.
Yeah.
How do you know?"
Yeah, no joke. Especially if they've only eaten. Well, they said they weren't eating a lot, and then she said something like 11 goats and
Yeah,
20
when they
something.
came, they were
I was
like,
"God
yeah.
damn, that's a lot
But
of."
look how big these.
That is a big-
And there's two of them.
Yeah,
Sharing all
those are
that.
big dragons.
Yeah,
And they're wasting all that energy flying them around, just having
yeah,
fun.
so they can have a kiss.
But what the hell did they? What did they normally eat? Because
ridiculous.
we've never seen them like feasting.
Anything that
Oh,
they,
they just
want.
they
Okay,
just
yeah.
fly.
Which
yeah.
think about that. Think about that jab that he took at Sansa there too.
Yeah.
He's like, "What do dragons even eat?"
Yeah,
It's like fuck anything they want.
eat you if they want
Yeah,
to.
I could feed.
They
you
used to be
them.
by like water, and they would always get like fish and stuff.
Maybe
I
that's
feel.
what it was. Yeah, 'Cause
Yeah,
we've never really seen them like feeding
Horses and stuff.
before.
No, yeah, they remember they've
like-
always eaten goats because in season 4, I believe, they killed that little girl too, as the little goat herder girl that the guy comes with. You killed my baby.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So as they go on that ride, and then they kiss each other. Viserys. Okay, never mind. That was a side note.
Viserion,
It was
yeah.
Drogon and Rhaegal. They ain't having it. Neither of them, especially not Drogon.
Nah.
And
Wait, which
that's
one
where
was
they
given
cut.
the eye then? Was it
That
was
one.
it Drogue?
Yeah.
Okay.
Drogon's just like looking at him because when he's like kissing her, and
That's
opens
my
one
woman,
eye,
man.
like the second eye.
That's
he's just
my
like,
girl.
"Arr." And I
What
was
you
like, "Damn."
doing?
All right. So from there, it cuts to one of the most telling and yet heartwarming sort of scenes that I've ever seen. So you have Gendry, who's the son of Robert Baratheon, who is the smith,
Blacksmith.
the blacksmith.
Yep.
Making all the weapons for
The dragon eyes,
Yeah,
whatever.
dragon-
Oh, this is when he's in there with the hound. And,
he's in there with the hound. The hound says, back in Kingsland, only cripples and cocksuckers.
Yeah, something crazy.
Make that. Which one are you?
Yeah.
Then Arya comes in and says,
Another
Sneaks up on him again.
Sneaks up on him.
leave him alone. And then he turns around, and what's crazy is that I always thought that
That was such a good scene.
yeah, it was. What I always thought is that because of the relationship or sort of discussion and interaction that he has with, what's the tall blonde woman's name? I can't believe I forgot her name.
Brienne of Tarth.
Brienne of Tarth. The conversation that they have about Arya, Like I always thought that he was a protector of Arya, and he wanted to protect, and he also protected Sansa.
Yeah.
So I'm conflicted in thinking that this dude is actually a good dude that wants to protect the family or injustices. But the conversation that they had right there is like, you left me to die. You're cold. You're a cold little bitch, aren't you?
Side note, that's exactly when our shit paused.
Our
It's like
shit
36
just
minutes in.
canceled.
It was
Just
so
stop.
perfect too because he's like, "You're a cold little bitch, aren't you?"
boom.
And then the whole thing just shuts
App
down.
crashes down,
God,
man.
that sucks.
Yeah, that was the
Yeah,
point.
it was a cold
If you were
bitch.
ever immersed in something and that happens, like that is just the worst.
Yeah, no, the timing of it was just funny though. But no, she, I feel like he's a good guy, the Hound. He normally wants to protect people, but I'd have to go back and like rewatch season 4 or 5 when she did rob him and leave him. But I felt like that was kind of,
And she said that.
yeah,
It was
You
fair.
left me to die
That was fair
after
play.
I robbed you.
yeah, that's fucked up.
I think it's fair play what she went through with the Hound,
Yeah, because this is the other thing.
and she's thinking for her life. You know what I mean?
At the beginning of the show, or at the beginning of this episode, when he saw her, when she saw him, I immediately thought, I'm like, oh shit, he is still on her list.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. He's like, who else is on your list? And then she's like, just one more person. She
Yeah.
turns over and says, the Hound. And then he looks over at her. And then that's where that episode. But, you fast forward to today or to yesterday. And
I
he's
forgot
like,
about the
he just
list.
walks away. And then her and Gendry have this sort of, I think they have a thing going on there.
Yeah, they have a little moment.
They have a moment. I think if I was to put money on an unlikely marriage, it's not going to be her to the fat kid that makes the incredible bread. It's going to be to
That dude.
Yeah, to the son of a king.
Yeah.
To Gendry.
Oh, I can see that.
She gives Gendry a blueprint of a weapon. Were you able?
This is literally
it
the
two
part where we were
things?
going through like 4-second increments, so I'm not super familiar with
Was it
this
two
thing.
different like blades, or was
That's
it
the
like
thing. Pass
was it
me
like
cat's
a-
paw. Pass me cat's paw. That's his name. Cat's paw. Yeah, cat's paw.
I got short
So-
arms.
In the blueprint, there's a handle.
Okay.
And then
I couldn't tell if
there's
it was a string.
separation of sort of spearhead. Right.
Okay.
All right. So
it's like
that's
a dagger, or
yeah, it looked more like a spear.
Oh, you got the photo.
As Maddie comes in clutch with it.
Oh yeah.
It looks like a spear, but it looks like a flame, but it's dragon glass.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
It says dragon glass, and it looks like it like screws
Yeah.
on almost.
What I
Okay.
think is that thing shoots, and
That's what I was
immediately,
thinking.
immediately when I saw that,
Like around that area, maybe.
Yeah.
It's like a trigger.
Could be
Yeah.
like a
Just puts
button
in.
or a trigger
so
or
this is
something.
what came to when I saw it. I immediately like in my brain was like, okay, well, it looks like it shoots it, and,
Yeah.
and I got transported to that one move she pulled on Brienne of Tarth where she like grabbed her hand and then she flipped this over and then she cut it with this hand and then like they came to a stalemate.
Yeah.
In when they were training with each other.
Right.
Instead of that, what if she just pushed the button and it shut up the thing? That's where my brain went.
Catches with the other hand.
No, there's no need to catch it because you're shooting, Mike.
Yeah.
This one was like
So if it ever gets locked up, it might like shoot up in there.
it shoot up. Yeah.
I'm saying, yeah,
Oh,
like if
dude.
their head's not in the way, you know.
Yeah.
Does she catch it?
Yeah,
bring
yeah,
it
yeah.
back down up top.
So
that too.
that's what I went through.
That's gonna be her weapon of choice, whatever you call that thing.
but I mean, it's for the White Walkers, right? Like that's realistically
It's
what
gotta
the
be.
weapon
Yeah,
is
if it's made out of
designed
dragon
for.
glass.
It's not-
Yeah.
yeah, that's the only people that they're fighting now. The White Walkers.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Well, Cersei's Golden Company.
Yeah, that's what I'm
fought,
saying,
But they
though.
don't need dragon glass for humans.
Shit. You might. Some.
Wait, I mean, maybe you might, because if you kill them with dragon glass, do they have the ability to be resurrected by the Night's King?
Oh, I didn't think about that too.
Probably.
I thought that's where you guys were.
No.
Yeah, that's where I was going with it.
Probably not. yeah.
I gotta think like on a deeper level in this Game of Thrones shit. There's so much like symbolism and just deep rooted.
We need a notepad ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
so
gotta come
do what
with
I
a
did.
notepad.
Watch it one night, and then the following morning watch it again before the
Hit each other
recording,
up. Yo.
and then just write shit down because I didn't catch some of the things until I started writing things down. Specifically, the most time I spent was on the map and in the circular with the belts doing that. Two more things happen that are that aren't that great. So Dany and Jorah Mormont meet Sam Tarly. They tell Tarly about the thing. Samuel Tarly then meets Jon Snow.
Dude,
Oh no!
What a
Oh my
scene.
god! Okay, yeah.
Talking about
this
Daenerys
is-
and Sam scene?
Yeah. So as soon as they tell Daenerys, as soon as Daenerys tells her about her his father, he doesn't have the same reaction as he does when he says, he's like, well, at least now that my brother's the lord of whatever, I'm going to be allowed to go back home. And she's like, no, your brother was there too. Then he really breaks down and excuses himself. And that's when he like runs outside, almost gets run over by a carriage, looks up and sees Bran waiting by the door.
Just chilling.
What was Bran doing?
Waiting for an old friend.
Waiting for an old friend. That's when Bran tells Samuel, yo, you gotta tell Jon today before we start fighting the Night Walkers.
They go back and forth.
You gotta tell him today that he is the thing. He's like, why don't you tell him? You're his brother. And then he's like, I'm not more of a brother than you are. And that's because if you think about the history that he has with his brother.
Well, no. He goes, I'm not his brother, and he's known you. He trusts you with his life more than anyone else.
Yeah.
Without the fact of knowing that they're not brothers.
Yeah. Well, yes. But you think about they're brothers of the Night's Watch, so they're sort of brothers, and they've gone through a whole bunch.
Brandon.
Yeah. So it's true, right? It would make more sense coming from somebody that he has like all this shared history with.
For sure.
mean, this is his first friend at the Night's Watch, and then anyway, so from there they go to the scene where Tarly's telling Jon about everything.
I think that was probably my favorite scene in the episode, even though like I already knew it was real and most people knew that was the case. Just seeing it on Jon Snow's face and some of the things.
That's the kickoff, man. That's what's leading everything else after this episode.
Yeah, and some of the things Samwell Tarly was telling him too did make sense. Like I always saw, and I think I still see Daenerys as like a good person. Like she's doing it for the right reasons. But he tells Jon like, you gave up your spot as the king for the good of the people. Will she do the same? And the more I thought about it, I was like, she probably won't. Like she might just.
She won't.
She might be power hungry.
She literally can't. Yeah. How can she? She decided from the very beginning.
Her whole life has been about her whole life has been about regaining or retaking the throne.
Yeah.
She is gifted by the gods because she's the mother of dragons.
Right.
She's a special person.
Yeah.
She can't go back to just being.
Nope. She tried to early on, and then nope, she had to flip the switch.
And that just made me think the whole time, like through season 7 for the last year and a half, I'm thinking those two, are going to have to join forces and fight everybody together. But what if that just throws a rift into the whole mix and they end up like...
That's why he was conflicted.
Right.
That's why he said, no, that's treason. And he's like, no, it's not treason. Yeah. And he's sort of fighting it because he understands, look, this is how much this thing means to him. It doesn't mean shit to him. Crowns, titles don't mean shit to him. And you can tell because he's like throwing all these like sort of excuses as to why he doesn't want to do it. But he's doing it not because he doesn't want to accept who he is. He's doing it because he knows that she's not going to accept it.
Right.
And he has feelings for her.
Yeah.
And he knows that she's not going to be, or he doesn't know how she's going to take it. He thinks the same way that we think of her.
Right.
That she is... There's no way she goes back.
But he probably starts to question her in that sense too. He thinks like, wow, if she can't accept the truth, then am I pledging my loyalty to the right person?
What do you think's going to happen when they tell her?
I don't know.
Are they going
Maybe they
to
just
tell
keep
her?
it a secret or something.
I don't think they ever tell her until they're married.
Right.
And then he's like, just so you know.
I'm your...
and Danny, just so you know,
I'm your nephew.
Like, what would be her place? Okay, if Jon Snow or Aegon Targaryen is the king of the Iron Throne, what is Daenerys? She's not the queen.
No, she's not. He's the heir.
Yeah.
If Jon's dead,
she's part of the royal family, but that's it.
She's kind of like how Cersei is the queen right now of King's Landing.
Yeah, it's like a lot of people would have to die in order for her to be the next person.
So that's why she was trying to like take over because that would be the same situation.
Right. So she would just be a random Targaryen.
She'd
still be a Targaryen.
Like, she would be an heir to the throne at some point if Jon dies and doesn't have any heirs.
Right.
The other thing is like I don't know if you remember in the previous season when they were having a conversation, she says, "Just so you know, I can't have kids." And then Jon's like, "Who told you that?" She's like, "The witch." He's like, "Don't you think that the witch who just has been decimated by the Dothraki would tell you like as much bad shit about it as possible?" I mean, she
talking about Melisandre?
Yeah. No.
The girl that
the witch that the witch that was supposed to cure Khal Drogo.
Yeah, and didn't cure him.
Yeah.
She's like, why would she tell you anything nice about it? She's like, I don't believe her. I'm gonna put a baby in you. Is pretty much what he was saying.
Right. Maybe that's what you were thinking about with the can't get pregnant thing. Maybe it was the witch telling Daenerys.
I guess so. Yeah.
You mixed them. You mixed the two queens up.
Could have been.
But
I for some reason thought Cersei did something when she was imprisoned in that
That they did some to her?
Yeah.
By the
church people, whatever.
Yeah, what are they called? The seven sons?
Yeah, I think
the seven sons.
Sounds about right. Another fact check.
So I think that he's conflicted in the fact that he loves her. He loves.
Well, there's that too.
He loves humans, and he wants to make sure that they survive. He knows that he can't tell her because it'll disrupt the cohesiveness that he's got going with her. He needs the dragons. He needs the army. He needs like everybody to be just cool. So he might tell Tarly like, "Listen, I get it. I understand. I don't give a fuck. Don't tell anybody."
Yeah.
Like nobody knows. Don't tell anybody. Let's just keep going down this path.
That's probably the smartest thing to do, but is that what they do for
a show?
For a show, yeah. You know, they got to make it a little juicy. Because also, if he tells her, he can't get no more nuts.
That's the other thing.
Yep.
Is she going to be like, I'm your aunt?
Right.
I'm your aunt. We ain't going to be. And then he says, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care.
I don't know, man.
That's the other thing.
Keep this train
how does he
going.
feel? Because like all this sort of conflict that's happening in his own head. When Samuel Tarly's telling him, when everybody else is telling them, nobody knows besides Tyrion that they are a couple that they've been together.
Yeah.
Wait, and he doesn't know, right?
No one knows.
Tyrion saw them.
Tyrion is the only one that knows because he saw him, and then that's when he was.
Saw them get
conflicted.
together, but he doesn't know who Jon Snow really is.
No. But you see, so when they tell him, Samuel's pretty much sounds like, "Yo, you fuck your aunt." You know what I'm saying? And so he's like, "Oh fuck my aunt." And at the same time, he's
in
like,
shock for that, not about anything else.
He's like, "Man, but is she my aunt?" In reality, if I didn't know, so I already did it. It would cross that line. Like, what's the matter? And then he's like, "All right, the humans and the fight." So So I don't know where this goes. I don't know. I'm excited to see what. The final bit of the story. Is when there's a hooded man and a horse walks into a courtyard, and you don't know who it is, and you know that it's a friend that Bronn is waiting for.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes.
But you don't know who it is until he takes this thing off. And even when he got there and he took his thing off, it took me 4 to 5 seconds
Same.
to be like, oh, he's the one that said what the things we do for love, and pushes him out to dude. I was so I'm like, this is the best show that's again. Proven right here.
Yep.
Proven right here.
The first time they've seen it. That was episode. Which episode was that? One?
Episode 1.
Episode 1.
That
he has not seen him since episode 1.
Yeah, because he went into that little coma.
Right.
But, dude.
You sure about that?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, because.
Episode 1, Bran went into a coma. They hired like an assassin to try and kill him with this, and it didn't work.
And it didn't work. Bro, think about that, right? So again, 10 years or 9 years of real life for us, however many years for them, like actually it happened. They haven't been interacting on screen. Sure, they've seen themselves in the readings and in the behind the scenes shit. But
what kind of conversation do they have?
Yeah, because bro, again, it took me 5 seconds to realize that it's Jaime Lannister. And the thing is that we knew that Jaime Lannister was going.
Yeah.
So it would have been. I'm waiting for a friend. A smart person would have been like, "Oh, Jaime's on his way. Oh my God, there's a friend."
Right.
But I didn't. Not only that, but when they showed me, it still took me 5 more seconds to put two.
Well, he had the brown hair instead of the blonde too. When he left King's Landing, he had the blonde hair still, right?
Yeah. Well, if you look at season 1 of the Imp, he's a blonde.
Yeah.
You see, you want to know why that caught me by surprise, that end scene? Is because when Bran said the old friend thing, I thought he meant Sam, and then it was the interaction Sam and him had for him to go tell about Jon Snow that he is. And so I noticed it right away, and then I was like, once I saw them looking at each other, that's when I was like, oh, it wasn't Sam.
Well, I was thinking of an actual friend.
Yeah, but Sam and Tarly have had conversations before.
Yeah, and I was lost.
Yeah,
but that's like what I picked up on.
Dude, I was like so mind blown. Anyway, so the episode ends with them looking at. Oh well, let me put this.
Bran staring into his fucking soul.
Well, Bran's just staring.
All the time.
That's his job now. He's just staring, but
can't blink.
The look in Jaime Lannister's face, he's smiling. He sees the kid, and then he's like, it clicks. He's like, "Fuck!" I threw this dude out the window.
Yep.
And then that's when his face gets thin, and then it cuts off, and I was just like, "Wow, what a fucking episode!
Yeah,
amazing, incredible."
It's the foreplay episode, man.
Yeah, dude. There's 5 episodes left,
and the last 3 are like movie length.
Is it the 3 or the last 4?
I think it's the last 3.
Last 3, 85-minute plus.
Yeah. Dude, I swear,
85 minutes at least.
Fucking tempt me. I will go on vacation to somewhere in Costa Rica where there's no internet for 4 weeks.
Just to watch it all.
Just to watch it all back to
It really
back
would
to
be
back.
better if you could watch it that way, but
you should do that.
you can't do it, man.
Dude, so look for the last 9 years.
I mean, you can't do it now
for the
'cause
last
of
9
this
years.
podcast, but
For the fuck this podcast. Just like Hitch left, I'm leaving. For the last 9 years, I have forced myself to not watch any of it and just do the Netflix thing where I just watch all of them. Last night was one of the main reasons why I do it. As soon as the episode was done,
you wanted more.
Instinctively, I'm like, oh shit, next episode. But I'm like, I gotta wait a fucking week.
Yeah, it's the best part.
No, it's not the best part.
It is. You
Yo,
just
to be honest,
think about it for a
to
week.
be honest, you're lucky that you are watching it every Sunday that it comes out, because I was about to prank you. There's this app that you pay 99 cents and it has spoilers already out, and it sends a text message to any phone number
Just an
anonymously
anonymous text message,
of
just-
spoilers of what
Dude,
happened
give
in
it
the
to me.
episode.
Give it
I'll
to
give
me.
it.
Oh, how about this? Don't give it to me, but I'm gonna give you the numbers of look. A Rodriguez always pays his debt, and these guys, all my friends from home,
They fucked you up one time,
bro. I have a list. Christopher.
Oh, God.
Okay, this guy I used to work with in the mortgage industry. He ruined the Jon Snow thing for me.
No.
Okay. The rest of the spoils came from my friends from high school, who I'm still friends with. I mean, I guess junior high school.
They probably
my
all
friends
watch
from
it, though.
home. They do.
They all watch it like as soon as
but
it comes out.
It's
They stack it up.
No,
yeah.
like it's spoilers. Like they don't know
from the
like,
past.
Yeah,
Oh, not from the future.
right.
No,
They don't know what happens in the future
yeah,
episodes.
It's like
You
but
guys
what
are-
happens in that episode. They like ring up all the spoilers and then
Yeah.
text it to people right away.
All right. Any closing comments on that?
I'm excited for the rest of the season. For like I said, like my crazy idea was that the crazy shit was going to happen, and then it goes back into like Memento style and forward to front. But the way it worked out was kind of how I thought. Just like play it out slow. All the info gets built up, and then time to go.
I'm ready for some deaths, bro. I want to see some kills. I think my favorite part of that, well, I don't know. There was a lot of good scenes in that, but when Theon was on the ship and all you hear is
Badass, man.
everybody fucking fall. It felt like, I don't know, some sniper Navy SEAL mission or something.
You were super hype about that.
Oh yeah, I was like, finally people are gonna start
How's he
dropping.
How's he gonna like interact back with the crowd though? Like of all the shit he's done. You know
Yeah,
what
he's
I
got to die, dude. He's just
mean? He's got to die.
yeah. straight up.
Look,
he fucked up.
You
too many
think he's
times.
dying?
I think
He's
he's
dying
gonna
this season.
sacrifice himself for Bran.
Yeah.
Something like
It
that.
just came to me.
Something like
I
that.
think he'll
Yeah,
recognize like what he's done in the past and how much you just can't be alive in this. Like in today's day and age, you could be a coward. You can't do that shit back then, though. You can't allow
Well, that's
your
why he
people
wants
to
to
get.
go back, though. He wants redemption, and I think that the way that he gets redemption is by
Maybe.
offering up his body and his life to save Bran.
Yeah, that would be like a poetic ending for that character. I
Yeah.
think.
Shit, I just spoiled it for everybody, didn't
Gosh,
I?
Yeah, you
good
might have.
job,
That's
man.
why
Good
I'm
job.
just that good at it. Anyway, I'm super excited for the series, guys. If you guys are as well, please leave a comment down below to tell us every the questions that we've done. At the end of the season, as we said, we're gonna be giving away some of these props. Yeah. Anything else, boys? Or we're good?
Tweet John Bradley West, Sam Tarley. We need you, baby.
Yeah, we're
Get 'em
gonna leave
on,
a
get
link
'em
in the
on.
description for this guy. And if you're watching this, Samuel, please don't get mad for us being annoying.
I must know if the conspiracy theory is true.
It'd be amazing. Anyway, we'll see you guys on the next one, which will be next week. Hopefully immediately after the show. If not, by the time you wake up the following day. We'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.